Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here. In today's video, I'll be talking about a bunch of things, including quarterback Sam Howell, Jacoby Brissett, working out with some players, including Brian Robinson down in Florida. Also, Daron Payne workout video, Diami Brown, some, clips of him, and some other rankings from national media for players on the Commanders. So if you guys are new, please subscribe for Washington and NFL content. Hit that like button as well. It helps out a ton, and it just takes 1 second to hit that like button and 1 second to hit that subscribe button. It is also free as well. So let's get right into it. It's going to be short. Don't have much to talk about, but want to keep you guys a little bit updated and have some discussion points as well. So Sam Howell, Jacoby Brissett, and Brian Robinson working down in Florida. This is from Brian Robinson's Insta, and I'm sure it's more than just Jacoby and Sam, but that's who is in the picture because, if they're going down to Florida, I'm sure they, have some people there. Maybe one of them's from Florida. I didn't do my research on that, but maybe one of them's from Florida and they're out there working out. But I'm sure, it's more than just two quarterbacks and a running back because, yeah, you can work on a little bit of stuff there, but the quarterbacks are going to want some receivers to throw to, and I'm sure they can find some guys there, but they probably want some of their own guys. So I'm assuming some of the receivers are there, maybe Terry, maybe Dyami because he's tight with Sam, and then, some other guys as well, Curtis, Jahan, who knows? Jahan has been working out a ton. We saw, last week, in the last, week or so, there was a video of him working out with Zay Flowers, Elijah Moore, and Odell Beckham Jr. Made a video about that. If you guys want to go ahead and check that out, it was the last 5 or 6 days or so, but that was good to see. And then again, Jacoby, Sam working out with Brian Robinson, and yeah, it's good. It's not necessary, but it's very good for these guys to do it, especially Sam Howell and Jacoby Brissett. It's kind of expected because both these guys are very mature, especially Jacoby Brissett in terms of, he's been in the league for a while. He knows his role. Even though he's good, he knows his role, and he knows, what the Commanders signed him to be, a backup, a mentor, but if he needs to, a guy that can step in and ball out. And then Sam Howell is very, mature as well. So it's not a surprise that these guys are getting along, but also there's going to be some, competitiveness in there as well between the two, but good to see these two working with each other. Brian Robinson there as well. And, I'll go look. I try to look through a few guys' Instas, but I'll try to look through a little bit and see if there's some other guys there as well, in terms of receivers and stuff. And, players do this all the time. Carson Wentz took some guys out last year. I think Jahan, Terry, Dax Milne, and some other guys. And I know Trent Williams used to do his little offensive line camp as well. So, and a lot of, speaking of camps, a lot of players, Commanders players are doing like their own football camps. I think Jahan did one. I know Terry McLaurin did one. I think Khaleke Hudson did one. Chase Young recently just did one. I think I was watching, Jamin Davis' Instagram Live. I think he had one today as well. So a lot of these players, giving back their community, which is great to see. But, that's kind of that right there. A little bit of, Diami Brown offseason workout clip working with Sam Howell. Let's see, mute that, but you guys can see this here. This is a big year for Dyami. It's make or break for him. Like, if he has another mediocre year, he's going to be fighting for a roster spot next year. Like, he's basically guaranteed a roster spot this year, but next year, it's a little bit iffy if he gets a roster spot. So I guess, yeah, so this is apparently from this year. These clips could be from last year, or they're just working on the same field because the fits and the field look familiar from Dyami, but he also posted a ton of stuff last year with Hal as well on his YouTube, and I got to definitely watch some of those videos for sure, more of those videos. But yeah, you see Dyami working out. It's good to see, but hey, I need to see it translate a little bit. And yeah, he didn't get a lot of PT last year. Hopefully he gets some more this year. And it's really honestly all about efficiency with him because we know he's not going to get a ton of, playing time unless, someone gets hurt, which, knock on wood, hopefully it doesn't happen. But yeah, you see the, clips right there. We're pretty much done. Don't need to show any more, but if you guys want to see it, go to his YouTube channel, Daron Payne. Also, he posted a video of him just working out a little bit. That is a scary man. I would not want to mess with him. Is that Allen in the background? might be Allen in the background. I can't tell for sure. I don't think so. I can't really tell. It's not zoomed in enough. I don't think so, but it could be. I mean, that's a big man as well. But, yeah, those guys working for sure. And then the last thing is, speaking of Daron Payne and Jonathan Allen, Commander, ESPN, Jeremy Fowler kind of does a ranking system of the top 10 guys at each position in the NFL. And the other day, yesterday was D tackles, or maybe the day before. And Daron Payne was ranked 8th, which honestly is pretty, I think that's around where he is. Jonathan Allen was 10th, though. And here Jordan says major respect for, Washington's core defensive anchors. I mean, I guess it's somewhat respect. It is giving a little bit of respect because top 10 is nothing to it's really good. But I think Jonathan Allen is much better than top 10. I can't remember who was ahead of him, but there were some guys like Javon Hargrave. I know he's good. He's not better than Jonathan Allen. And then DeForest Buckner, he still gets so much respect because of what he did a few years ago. And he's still good. Don't get me wrong. DeForest Buckner is still a very good D tackle in this league and probably is top 10. But I think I saw him at 5, which I think is way too high. And I think these front office people in the NFL, hang on a little bit too much to the past, and especially for these rankings that they do with the media, they don't really care as much, and they're like, okay, DeForest Buckner was all-pro a couple years ago, still's been good, let's go ahead and put him at number 5, and that's what they do, and you know what, it is what it is, but there's no way DeForest Buckner is better than Jonathan Allen, and definitely not Dexter Lawrence, who just had an amazing year, and he was ranked ahead of those guys. I think Javon Hargrave as well. I would put Jonathan Allen over them. And I would put Jonathan Allen over Daron Payne as well. I know he didn't have as many sacks, but I think he's better overall. So I would probably move Allen over Payne. And then Payne around 8 is solid, 8 or 9. And then Allen, I would put him to 6 minimum. Move him over Payne, which would put him to 9. Would get him one spot up. And then move him above Javon Hargrave, DeForest Buckner. Honestly, let me go ahead and try to find that right there while I'm talking. But again, being top 10 is great. It gives the Commanders a little bit of respect because this is the only position they're going to be somewhat. This is the only position they're going to have 2 top 10 guys. I mean, the DN group they didn't get a single vote, which is crazy. I mean, not crazy, but they've got a lot of talent there too. I mean, arguably more talent. But they just haven't put it together, especially, Chase Young. But this is the year for them. This is the year for them. Yeah, this guy has so many tweets, but he's the one who's, posting them. So I just want to go ahead to get that. But yeah, Jonathan Allen, an absolute beast. He is an absolute beast, and I'm expecting them to get 20-plus sacks combined this year. And we'll see about, Chase Young and Montez Sweat. Leave in the comments down below. What is your prediction? Okay. Yeah, what is your prediction for those 2 guys? So I guess these were the edge rushers, and Chase Young and Montez Sweat did not get a single vote. Okay, this is it right here. So Aaron Donald, he's still very good. Had a little bit of a down year last year, but I'll respect that over Allen and Payne. Same thing with Chris Jones, even though sometimes he's more of a DN. Jeffrey Simmons, I think it's, debatable, but he's very good. Same thing with Quinn Williams. Those 4 guys I'm okay with having Daron Payne and, Jonathan Allen behind. But then Javon Hargrave, no. Dexter Lawrence, I'm okay with that actually. Not DeForest Buckner, and Cam Hayward probably not. So I'll move both these guys up a little bit and have Allen at around 5 or 6. And then Payne around 8. I think that would be a good list for sure. And, I think that would be pretty solid. So I think that is it for today's video. And, nothing much happening in Commanders land. But we got, 9 days until the new ownership comes in. So very excited for sure. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.